So mostly the meat pies, and I have frozen jollof rice. It's really good. But the meat pies are the most kind of popular ones.
So can I try some of those meat pies that you have here?
Oh, certainly.
So who makes the better jollof rice, the Ghanaians or the Nigerians?
Oh, Ghanaians.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I can't wait to dig into that. The local community loves it. I know I'm gonna love it too. Well, I know because I already had it before. Thank you, Ivy.
Thank you.
See you, okay?
Thank you.
Respect.
Gather in Gray and savor the taste of community. Discover more Gather videos and learn more about Gray County at gatheringray.ca.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
This is Rogers TV. Great.
And cultural significance. The Junior B North Stars are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation through respect, through sport, and through community. Lacrosse is Canada's national summer sport, and at this time, fans, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and sing along as the Junior North Stars present our national anthem, O Canada.
To the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center on top of what would be the J.D. MacArthur Arena. For, as we've talked about the last 2 months, Steve, every game gets bigger and bigger for this Junior B squad. And tonight is the biggest as the Owen Sound North Stars take on the Hamilton Bengals in a win-you're-in situation for the North Stars, currently 9th position in the conference, 7-11-1 against the 7th-ranked Hamilton Bengals, 9-9-1. A win for Owen Sound will propel them above the London Blue Devils for 8th and final position and lock them into the last playoff spot. Hamilton's got nothing to play for technically. They've clinched the playoff spot. They cannot move up above 7th as Miles Plater will start in net for the Owen Sound North Stars, while Mateo Bowden will start in the net for Hamilton. Steve, doesn't get much bigger than this.
No, I mean, yeah, you pretty much said all you can say about it. They just have to put the results out there today, and if they play like they did yesterday, at least for 2 periods, it should be good for the win.
They played Six Nations real close yesterday, losing 9-4 in the end. That's after a 6-goal third period after being tied 3-3 going into the final 20. As Hamilton wins the faceoff, and we'll start with it. As Bodie Gillis gives it off to the corner there. Sparks fires that one low and whistled wide, and that will be an over and back going against Hamilton. Dustin Sparks has 80 points on the season for Hamilton, one of the top point getters in the Junior B division. As Vole gets it back there from Levine. Vole right towards the net. Vole in! No, he stepped in. He did beat Bowden, but won't get the credit. Unlucky there for Vole, who's always been kind of a spark plug throughout this Junior B season on the offensive end. As Vole running right at somebody there in the black shirts. He's ready to go for a, again, do or die game for this Junior B squad, at least for playoff sake. Has played all the way around. That shot straight to the netting there. Saved by Plater, who will trap it up. Skyden caught there by Chase Garvey, who will race it up the floor. Garvey gonna go right into the offensive set, it looks like. Down for Ray. Jackson Ray. Back for Chase Garvey. Garvey hits Lahome Wickens, and Lahome Wickens will now give it off. That's Cranny. Cranny forced up against it. Loses possession of it, and that will force it the other way. Quickly up the floor come Hamilton. It's a half break. That one shot, I believe it did not touch the netminder. Stopped at the line, but deflected into the waiting arms of a North Star. Away will go Dawson Marshall. That pass across for Sundown. Good save there, but stepped in was Marshall as he'll get the extra whistle, and lots of shoving here. Both these teams may be feeling the intensity as Owen Sound again knows their playoff lives are at stake, while Hamilton looking to play spoiler. Bounce around center floor as it hits Bodie Gillis. Lots of physical playoff ball between these two sides. Given off, nice move towards the net. That shot on, great save there by Plater. Pass back across. Nice move there. Just trying to get some hands free. Pass down, Gillis looking to fire. Bodie Gillis, good save there by Plater. And it will go into the net, right into the bench there, right at
Jacob
the backup goaltender there, Jacob Flooney, looking to wear his equipment, or he might have caught that one right off the chest. Trying to get towards the net there. Looks to be Dustin Sparkle. Right across the top now. Back pass, just missed Gillis. Ray won't even play it, just tries to box out. And Ray will drop Gillis, who tried to initiate some contact there, as now it will go the other way. Nolan McVicker will cross center floor. It's a right open Colton McKechnie. McKechnie just over the net there. Owen Sound really trying to take advantage here in transition. And for a team that's been, at times, hard to find offense, you got to think Owen Sound's really trying to initiate offense before defenses can get set, at least early in this one.
Yeah, they have a lot of athletic guys, even on the back door, and yeah, it would certainly benefit them to be able to steal a few goals in transition and not on just your typical 5-on-5 sets.
That shot whistled wide there, picked back up. That shot right off of Plater as the shot clock went. As that one played off, just caught there at the line. Levine had to climb the ladder on that one, is now Sundown. Sundown looking to take down his defender. Sundown for Vole, Ryan Vole, nice move, Vole in, scores! Ryan Vole makes it 1-0 North Stars.
Yeah, that was just pretty much the same goal he had disallowed a couple minutes ago. They allowed him to get underneath. He came across, dove through the crease, and deposited in the back of the net.
Mentioned Coverdale played yesterday for your MSL squad. See, not in the lineup tonight. Looks like Talon Brown is taking the draws for this Owen Sound squad.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And with how good Nathan's been in the draws, I'll say why you called him up, but obviously with how he competed against the men yesterday, I'm surprised that he's out of the lineup.
Yeah, there must have been, not certain why he was intending on
playing.
Oh, well.
Swift reply by Hamilton. Ty Ingram will tie it at once.
Just a nice low shot underneath Plater's glove, so just a quick release. Here we got it again on the replay. Just beat his man and well placed shot. Pretty simple, but nice one-on-one effort. Again, you can't let him get underneath if you don't have support.
Tie up there at the draw. Brown trying to win it. Whistle's gonna go, and it's gonna go against Hamilton. Ball comes loose, wide open here for Owen Sound. Levine in, scores! Caden Levine! Back up by one, go Owen Sound.
Yeah, just a great heads-up play, catching them flat-footed off a possession call on the draw, and they weren't ready to defend in transition, and he looked one side, went under the glove against Mateo. Yep, Baudouin, it looked like he was guessed a little bit, and the shooter outguessed him.
That face-off is one there, and that was actually Coverdale. So Coverdale is in the lineup tonight. Surprised he didn't take the first couple draws. Because again, he's been such a good draw guy for this Junior B squad. Nice run around there by Hamilton. Nice move in, trying to get a shot away, and they're gonna call that finally as Cranny got a hold of him. Ball hits the deck. Who's gonna retrieve it? And it looks to be Hamilton for the second, but they only got 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. It will be 6-on-5 for the moment. Whistle's now gonna go. A second penalty's gonna be called. Oh no, is Bennett? Oh no! And that's an extra shot for Marshall, and that's gonna be a lot more penalties here for Owen Sound.
I think Owen Sound might have even had 2 off the initial. They should have had one for the initial high stick and then a cross-check on the player that was on the ground with possession. It'll be interesting to see how this call goes.
Because if it's 3 penalties against Owen Sound, Steve, not only will that make it, I see a Hamilton player go to the box, that would make it 4-on-3 with a penalty shot. So this could get interesting to see how these penalties shake out, as Cranny's gonna go for the high stick. Doesn't look like Bennett's gonna get anything. Getting walked off the floor there looks to be Chase Garvey.
Okay. So the one
you see
Hamilton,
Garvey got caught up high there.
There's a 5-minute coming. This is quite a remarkable, Owen Sound has come out of this pretty golden here. Only actually going to end up with a power play when they probably should have accumulated 3 penalties on the call. So I'm not sure Hamilton's coaching staff will quite be able to comprehend this.
And Hamilton wants an explanation here.
Like, I don't know how you can't call the retaliation call, but Owen Sound will get the opportunity to play a little 5-on-4 and then have a 3-minute power play.
4-on-4 we start here with a 2-minute minor going against Brian Cranny for the high stick, or I guess cross-checking? Must be, because 5-minute major for high sticking.
I think he called him illegal cross-check. Again, yeah, I don't know how the marshal did not, if that's who it was, did not get a penalty, but nonetheless, play on.
Vole scooting around his screen. Nice move, Vole, then gets buried. He tries to get off for McKechnie. McKechnie now going to get a chance, though, towards the net. Colt McKechnie, just not on target. As Vole trying to box out here as Sundown catches, Sundown bounces, and it will go wayward. But it will be the end of the shift there for Owen Sound, as there will be a 3-minute power play for Owen Sound once the 4-on-4 elapses. As Nick Pospisil got the 5-minute major for high sticking on it, looked to be Chase Garvey, who got off without his helmet. Chase Garvey's still getting looked at it there at the bench, so obviously he got caught pretty high there in the face shield. Passed across, wide open, in! Wayward there for Maher. Right back in front. And they stepped in, the behind the bat, from behind the net lacrosse shot almost worked there, is what they call it in hockey.
Yeah, they definitely had it on the crease dive from the X position, but
as Bennett gets ran hard into the boards, he's not happy about it, I can only imagine.
There, the referees are letting a lot of chippy stuff go early, so we'll see where this ends up. But again, a couple shots and a cross-check slash to the leg. Oh.
That's a chance for Hamilton now, right off the over and back off McKechnie. Great save there by Plater.
Yes, it was, yeah. He stood up, did not flinch at all, took away that top corner.
McKechnie fires. Great save there by Bowden. As that one hits the wide open player there at the center line, out will come Cranny. 5-on-4 we go now in favor of Owen Sound. As Alex Long will hand it off. Ty Ingram with possession now. Ingram tries to get towards the net now. Ingram gonna fire, and good save there by Plater. And Steve, I do have something to ask you here in a second. Is Lahome Wickens scores! Everett Lahome Wickens gives Owen Sound a 2-goal lead as Chase Garvey goes to the locker room. Not to dampen the power play marker there for Owen Sound. Again, Lahome Wickens, the benefactor, off a great play there. But that's a big loss in transition, Steve, to lose Chase Garvey. He's a very good runner there on the defensive end. High up and one there by Coverdale. As it hits Jackson Ray. Ray off for Coverdale, who will make it over. Again, you can score 2 goals on a 5-minute major before the penalty comes off the board. The player must still serve the full 5, but he'll be able to take it off, and we'll go back to even strength here. But that'll be a 4-1 lead if they're able to score another one. Big shot there by McKechnie. Ball recollected, but never in a shooting angle there for that look to be Brock McElmoyle. Gifted away. McKechnie in. McKechnie, great save there by Bowden.
Yeah, Bowden tried to force that initial pass in transition and deposited right in the stick of an Owen Sound player, and they're very fortunate that did not get beat there.
We'll mention that McKechnie's got looks like a half sleeve on the right ankle plus tape. So obviously, as we get later into the lacrosse season, injuries are piling up on everybody. But that's a big offensive option right now for Owen Sound, who's maybe labored a little bit here tonight. With a minute 10 left here on the PK, good shot there, but saved by Plater. As Lahome Wickens, it's McKechnie. Lahome Wickens fires that one, good save by Mateo Bowden. Sundown never able to catch. Ball still on the turf, picked up now by McKechnie. 30 seconds remain on the power play. Lahome Wickens. McKechnie. Down low now, Vole, right across for Sundown. Sundown just over the shoulder, caught by Vole. Vole fakes it. Vole fires. Good save there by Bowden. Goes into the corner. Can Sundown retrieve? No, he cannot. McElmoyle forces his guy up. And great job there by McElmoyle as he's going to hold it up, and that should be an 8, but he picks it up. Great job by Brock McElmoyle. Power play about to expire. He hits Sundown. Sundown hits Vole, and the power play will expire, but it don't matter. Vole. Back to 5-on-5 we go. 3-1 in favor of Owen Sound, almost halfway through this first frame. McKechnie, Sundown. Tried to hit McKechnie there on the slip, but not able to.
Yeah, nice defensive play. Just got the stick in the lane there, knocked it down, and was able to retrieve that loose ball to create the transition.
I will correct myself here in a second on McKechnie. It looks like one sock's just longer than the other, which made it look like tape to me. So I would appreciate that there, Colt. Make sure you do your laundry better, young man. My broadcast, even with my 4 eyes, can't help me, okay? I need all the help I can get as Coverdale steals that pass away. And it's an odd man rush, make it 3-on-2. Coverdale, right across. Cranny, hit as he fires, hits Coverdale. Coverdale, save there by Bowden. And Coverdale's a big customer, so hitting him after he shoots is maybe not a great idea. Again, when he can play in an MSL game yesterday and not look undersized, I mean, that tells you everything you need to know. Passed across now here as Hamilton look to get themselves back on the board. That back pass almost missed the intended target, but was caught in the end. That was Adamek. Mayer making it around. Mayer got stopped up there enough. That shot off a foot, it scores! Off of Dawson Marshall, beats Plater, and the goal will go to Preston Gear and make it 3-2.
Well, sometimes you just have to have a little luck on your side. And it was a tough angle shot. He just wanted to get it off before the 30 expired. It went off. It looked like a Plater shin pad and hit Marshall and dribbled over the line.
Lost that one there was Brown. Ball bounced there as Coverdale gets held up a little bit. And they're still fighting there at the change box. That's got to be careful there because change box fouls are called. We've had a couple of those already this season. As that ball now hits a new bangle as they try to look to tie it here. Ingram gives it off. Nice move there by Sparks. Hits Mayer. Mayer all the way around. Right across, down low, that shot, scores! Ty Ingram with his second, ties it at 3.
Again, nice ball movement, just enough to have Plater have to become unset, moving a little east to west there, and it looks like that might have found a home through the 5-hole here, but
what a start there for Hamilton after only allowing 1 goal on a 5-minute major, only technically 3 minutes of a power play for Owen Sound, but regardless, they were able to get away, only half scathed, and they were able to get 2-1 right after it, back 5-on-5. Over. It's McElmoyle. Bowl. Hit Ray, Colby Ray, not able to fire before the shot clock goes. Hess gives that one off, Ty Ingram. Hits Bodie Gillis, gets back all the way around now. Mayer. Played across, nice fake there. In, that one bounced wayward by Ingram, looking for the hat trick already. Shot clock's about to go, picked up by Taylor Bennett, and Bennett's gonna go. 3-on-3 that way is Bennett. Right down low, wide open, in, scores!
Yeah,
Nolan McVicker!
it's a big transition goal, as we talked about earlier. If they can get a few of those, that will certainly help add to the offense, but just a poorly defended transition. Nobody looked for the deep guy, and heads up to get him the ball, and he was able to come across the crease and deposit the top corner on Mateo Bowden.
What a big one there for Owen Sound to not let Hamilton try to get their first lead of the contest, and that one's won by Coverdale to Brown. Brown for Sundown. Sundown, it's a wide open runner behind. That was Cranny. Player got buried in front, I think, by Coverdale. I'm not exactly sure, but he's slow to get up. He'll now go off as Cranny gets tied up there near the front of the net as Sundown hits Vole. Vole takes a couple of screens there. Hits McKechnie. McKechnie fire save there by Bowden. And now up the floor will come Hamilton. That looks to be Oberl, who gives it off and now gets all the way around. Mayer. All the way around. Sparks gets it down. Adamek, back for Mayer. Down low, never got a chance to fire. And Sparks looking to pull the trigger there.
Yeah, Hamilton does a good job of moving the ball, but they don't move their feet a lot, so they're becoming easy to defend there on the aggressive defensive play by Owen Sound, just keeping them to the outside. So they're going to need to find a way to penetrate the inside of that zone, defensive zone, and create some more offensive chances.
Lahome Wickens. Missed right through the stick there of that looked to be Zach McKechnie. Down buried there was a couple different shirts. Ball still on some feet. It will go a shot clock violation against Owen Sound and will give Hamilton the ball. As Zach McKechnie will go off, as well as Colby Ray. That ball rolled and picked up here by Hamilton. As Mayer. That ball behind the net, passed out front. That one bounced and saved there by Plater, who stops it up.
Again, a pretty easy shot for Plater to handle from that distance.
That pass across just missed the intended target. Whistle's going to go, and it will go the other way.
Yeah, he stepped in the crease there and became ineligible to pick up that loose ball. But again, Hamilton just leaves the guy wide open on the crease, and they got lucky. They could not manage the pass.
As now with it is Ingram. Ingram will fire from a mile away, and a good save there by Plater.
Yeah, Hamilton is having a little bit of trouble getting anything going here on offense since they tied the game up when it was a 3-3 game.
Bennett hits Sundown. Sundown. Fires that one right off of Bowden and will go out of play, so it should be Owen Sound ball, and it will be. As McKechnie will start with it. McKechnie for McElmoyle. McElmoyle. Over for Sundown. Sly. Right across for Vold, deflected in the passing lane, and now away will go as McKechnie takes a beating for the trouble. Ball still on the turf. Way should come Hamilton, and they will. Under 4 to go here in the first frame. 4-3 in favor of Owen Sound. Again, a team that's really struggled for offense this year. Only had 4 yesterday against Six Nations. Obviously a very different opponent as they only lost 1 game so far this year of Six Nations, but still having 4 in this first period is a good sign.
Yeah, for certain.
That one whistled wide there by Mayer. That one flipped, it got deflected before it ever got anywhere near the target and picked up by Coverdale. Hits Talon Brown. Brown. Off for McKechnie. McKechnie accelerates. He gets through the cluster. McKechnie. Trying to take a couple whacks for the trouble. McElmoyle. McElmoyle trying to fight his way through. McElmoyle does. McElmoyle fires. Good save there by Mateo Bowden. Held up now is Owen Sound. Ball comes loose. It was Levine going for it. Levine still tossing and turning. Like me at 2 a.m., but away will go Hamilton. Owen Hess now makes it over the floor. He's going to get converged on. He'll lose it, but never caught there as Dawson Marshall got upended. Ball goes into the corner. It should be Owen Sound ball and will be Owen Sound ball. As Griner Patak picks it up, and there goes Marcus turning on the Jets. The former track athlete at OSDSS. I only say former because he graduated. Laho-Mickens hits Vol. Vol just missed Sundown on the back pass. Laho-Mickens should retrieve and does. He's going to hit McKechnie right off the bench. Colton McKechnie hits Sundown. Sundown right over. Hits Vol. Vol never caught it clean, and away will go Hamilton. And quickly up the floor they come. Preston Gear, 2-on-2. Gear fires, scores! Preston Gear ties it at 4.
Yeah, outstanding shot. I mean, Owen Sound did a great job off the back door, cutting off what looked like it was going to be a 2-on-1 in transition, but Gear kind of slows up and just drills an unbelievable bounce shot just underneath Plater's glove, and pretty much impossible to save that one. It was well played by the goaltender, and we're going to have a goaltending change here, which kind of odd. I don't know that Miles Plater could blame him on any of these goals, but nonetheless, we'll give Flooney a little opportunity here, and perhaps just a chance for Plater to gather himself and return here to start the second period.
Yeah, I wonder, because they've done this a couple of times this year where they've kind of switched goalies and then switched back. We'll see if they do that tonight or if Plater is done. Sundown gets the screen. Airmailed over his intended target. As that ball's going to get kicked around, McKechnie's going to be able to retrieve it. Can he just fire? Can he fire? Yes, he does. Deflected, though, and will go into the corner. That shot Looks like it just missed the target there of Jacob Flooney. Ball held up, and now retrieved and goes. Dawson Marshall. Marshall played back there, just caught by Vole. About a minute remaining here in this first frame. Played around now. Vole. Right across from McElmoyle, got 5 left to shoot. McElmoyle gonna have to fire. McElmoyle does, good save there, rebound! Great save, Mateo Bowden! Oh my! What a save, Mateo Bowden!
That was as acrobatic as you'll see at any level of lacrosse. Just outstanding, throwing his body across his crease and making the arm save.
And that's a big one here to keep his team in the deadlock. Passed over, scores! And just like that, Hamilton takes their first lead. Kenny McIntyre.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough one there. Again, 5-hole goal from a bit of an outside shot. It's a lot of, kind of an individual effort there, a little bit of a 2-man game. It really didn't look like he was going to amount to much. A little pass back. Defender flinched a little bit, wasn't able to stay in the lane, and
with that, it's a lead for the Bengals here going into maybe the first intermission. 22 seconds remain. Big face-off. Coverdale will go for it. Tied up in some feet. Owen Sound should retrieve. It's Cranny who got folded as the whistle went for the timeout. Cranny not happy about it. Neither is Coverdale. Coverdale gets involved. We'll see if any minors shake out here. Owen Sound did get the timeout, so they will get the ball here with about 16 seconds remaining. But again, these two sides, and again, this is not a natural rivalry, I would say, Steve, between Hamilton and Owen Sound, but you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. These two teams did play somewhat recently in a win for Hamilton, and that's a big hit there by Nick Pospisil on Ryan Cranny as he picked it up.
yeah, it was indeed. And it was a good low shot to the upper ribs, kind of from the side, but it was certainly a pretty good blow, and cooler heads prevailed there, and not a lot of objection from the Orangemen here, and they'll get an opportunity with 16 seconds to go and go a little 6-on-5 here.
So Flooney will retreat to the bench.
It looks like Hamilton's going to choose to pressure the ball.
Played quickly up, it's McKechnie. Got 12 left to work here. McKechnie gonna get forced. 8 now, Vole gonna have to go. Lahom Wickens, McKechnie down low. Vole never able to catch it, he stepped in. I think they got the look they were looking for there, Steve, in the end, but just not able to capitalize. As that shot well wide, as somebody went down.
Yeah.
Not sure what happened there.
Sure.
As Vole's getting met there at the red line, and uh-oh, here we go.
I'm not sure how the referees could have missed that. I'm sure we'll get a second look at it, but
we'll see if the great Pat Quigley can get me a second look. I didn't see it, Steve, I'll be honest. And Whistle's gonna keep going, and Hamilton not happy, you can tell.
no.
And now there's Owen Sound here. As Sly, Sundown, trying to tell his guys to get to the locker room before they get any extracurriculars here. And Owen Sound will now go to the bench. And still on the turf there. He must have caught it real low there. It looks to be Alex Long as Mateo Bowden stays with his man.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to believe that there's no call. So that's pretty beneficial there for Owen Sound to get away with that one, and it'll make things a lot easier to kind of get back into this, only down a goal after the first period.
He'll get helped off the floor while Alex Long here as the Bengals take the lead 5-4 at the end of the period. And that will send us to the first intermission, a 9-goal first period between these two sides. And Owen Sound known more as a defensive team, I would say, Steve, play a different style game, which I'm not sure if that plays into their hand going into the next 20.
Yeah, I mean, they certainly are always been, for the most part this season, very conscientious defensively, get great goaltending and very athletic and fast on the back end. It allows them to pressure offenses and really push them out. And it was more or less a few really well-placed shots with respect to the goals that came on behalf of the Bengals so far in the first period. And I think if Owen Sound continues the way they typically do play defense, that they should be able to stifle the Bengals offense unless they start moving their feet a little bit more. Yeah, they got a bunch of skilled guys, but they're not really attacking very well with their feet and making the defenders move.
Not just that, Steve, I do want to mention, he's not been listed as a scratch here tonight, but I haven't seen Logan Klegus yet. And that is a pretty big defensive option for this Owen Sound North Star squad. He's not only a pretty good defender, he's also very physical, he brings a lot of edge, and I know he got a fight against Cambridge on Thursday, so that may be something to do with it, but regardless of that, Steve, he not having a guy like Klegus in the lineup and losing Garvey during that first period, I didn't see him again, so maybe Garvey is also feeling something lingering there. Those are two big losses on the D/transition game for Owen Sound.
Yeah, no doubt. You hit the nail on the head there. Both guys have been big contributors all season, and when the season is on the line, only 40 minutes to go, if they can't pull out a win here, it would be unfortunate.
That it would be. We'll have to see what we have in store. Next up will be my interview with Hamilton Bengals leading point getter, number 18, Justin Sparks. here to the Bay Shore. Spencer Byers up here in the broadcast booth with Steve McCarthy, and 5-4 going into the second period of play between the Owen Sound NorthStars and Hamilton Bengals here in Junior B lacrosse action on Rogers TV. And again, Steve, maybe an uncharacteristic first period for Owen Sound, because again, a team that struggled for offense already matched their game total from yesterday in that first period alone.
Yeah, it was, they looked really good there in offense, and finding the open man, and here we go again.
And Sundown, great save there by Bowden. We'll mention that Miles Plater's back in the cage for Owen Sound, so I guess your estimation was right that it was just a 2-minute reset before getting Plater back in there for subbing in Jacob Flooney.
Yeah, again, he's been a stalwart for them all season, and in a do-or-die game, they want to go with their best.
Nice move there, Sparks in! No, he stepped in. It did end up beating Plater, but they're going to say he stepped in. He was trying to outweigh him, but wasn't able to find the hole.
I think that ball might have dribbled over the line, and before it ever crossed the line, he had stepped in. So you're right, negated that one.
Sundown. Going across the top there, hits Vole, Ryan Vole. Hits McKechnie. McKechnie fires that one from a mile away. Good save there by Bowden. Chasing up the floor now, here come Hamilton. Whistle's gonna go, and it's too many men! And that's a penalty. There is no just possession call, that's a penalty. That's a costly one there for Hamilton.
Yeah, that is. At any point in the game, when you almost the first minute of the game, of the period, you give up just a simple not counting guys out, I guess. They definitely were 6 guys in the play, and they'll have to.
And Hess will go serve the minor here for Hamilton to start this period. A good chance for Owen Sound to get that goal back and tie this game up. Vole will start with it. McKechnie. Vole. McKechnie. Vole. McKechnie. Fakes it. McKechnie down for Sundown. Hits McElmoyle. Nice move. McElmoyle. Great save. Bowden.
They had a good job covering up the rebound for the goaltender as well. So Hamilton so far unscathed on the man down.
Alex Long back in the game after taking the low stick there. Nobody coming to check Lahome Wickens, so they'll go 4-on-3 in the defensive end for Owen Sound, as Lahome Wickens will stay deep as shot clock's got 10 left on it. Coverdale and that looks to be Talon Brown converging. Trying to get away there for Hamilton as that ball is shot right on Plater, and it will go into his net. Actually right into his leg pad actually there. And now it's off for McVicker, who's got one tonight, and hits it for Brown. Brown off for Vole. Ryan Vole. It's Lahome Wickens. Everest, Lahome Wickens. All the way now for McElmoyle. Off for McKechnie, never caught it, able to quickly reacquire. Nice move, McKechnie, that one off a defender. Picked up now there by McElmoyle, I thought. Ball hits the deck, still back by McElmoyle. Nice shot there, rebound. Never picked up there by Everest Lahome Wickens. Good chance though for Owen Sound off that opportunity. But the power play should basically elapse here on this possession for Hamilton as long as they don't gift it away. As McIntyre got 15 left to kill here on the shot clock with about 8 seconds separating shot clock from the penalty kill. And they're gonna double it there as that's Sparks. Sparks just gonna hold it up and never gonna have a chance to fire. And he still got it, and Bennett's trying to get the ball from him. And they're gonna send him! He held onto the ball too long. Justin Sparks gonna get the delay of game call. That's another costly one for Hamilton.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he had an ample opportunity to fire the ball into the corner with a couple seconds left, but he maintained possession, drew the double, and you know, he took a few slashes after the whistle blew on the 30 or the buzzer blew, but you know, inevitably the referee decided that he was at fault for overholding the ball. So
5-on-3 for 7 seconds. Good shape there by McKechnie. Sundown trying to fish it out, not able to get the lure there, as now away will go Hamilton. Back to 5-on-4 we go. Quickly up the floor here. In, shot that one. Good save there by Plater. opportunity by Ty Ingram, who's already got 2 tonight. Him and Preston Gear have 4 of the 5 goals scored in that first frame. As Taylor Bennett gives it off there to McKechnie. Home Wickens. Hits Vol. All the way around. McKechnie. Nice fake. McKechnie hits Vol. Vol fires that one. Scores! Ryan Vol ties it on the power play. You can't give this Owen Sound team too many more chances on the power play, Steve, or eventually they're going to find a way with some of the offensive options they do have.
Yeah, Lone Wickens draws down from the top and tries to throw a pick, and McKechnie couldn't find a lane to shoot, dumped it back up to Vol, and he was very patient, ended up shooting around the defender, going far side, and we're all tied up here. And again,
nice job by Coverdale. He'll go right down. Coverdale fires! Great save by Bowden. Where is it? Just comes out of the restricted area, then goes back in the restricted area. And now away will go the Bengals as everybody's jousting there in front. As Oberle gives it off there for Marr. As Bodie Gillis will fire that one off the shoulder there of Plater, goes into the corner. Going to retrieve it there is Ty Ingram. Also converging there is Marr. And whistle gonna go, and it's gonna go the other way. They're gonna say it was covered up there. Griner Patak picks it up, and he'll turn on the Jets and give it off for McVicker. We'll mention I haven't seen Chase Garvey since he went off in that first frame, so that's a big loss that they already were without Klagas, it looks like. I haven't seen Klagas play either yet. Those are 2 big transition / defenders here for Owen Sound, not in the lineup currently. We'll see if Garvey does end up finding a way to return or if he's done for the night. Shot there, that one off of the netminder. Picked up, skied there, however, by Zach McKechnie, and will go the other way. And actually, I may have a correction here. We'll see in a second. Right across the top there. Nice move there for Sparks. He shoots that one off the shin pad. Picked up, rebound save there by Plater. Taylor Bennett trying to get a hold of it, never able to, and now picked up by Dawson Marshall. Marshall, nice fake there. Hits Ryan Cranny, but he skied it and will give him back away there to Hamilton. I have Jackson Bissaw from the West Gray Rampage. I believe I actually have him as 27, but I think he's wearing 17. So I will correct that from now on and call Jackson Bissaw, because there is actually 27 out there now on defense. So I may have to check that one to see which one's which. So I'm going to stick with 17's McKechnie and 27's Bissaw, and we'll see how wrong I am later. Passed in front, Sparks! Great save by Plater! Not sure if that hit the post or if Plater got a hold of it, but doesn't really matter in the end. That one just fisted forward there by Bisson, and we'll go the other way. Vol, right across. Vol, whistle that one wide. As away it will go. As it will go the other way now for Hamilton. McIntyre stops up. McIntyre will give it off, and it hits Marr. Shot there, that one whistled wide. Christoph Adamek. That shot deflected off a couple of legs and never gets on target. Battle for it there in front, and there's gonna be a slash there, as that's definitely going against Caden Levine.
Yeah, again, just sound like a bit broken record now and then here, but just an undisciplined penalty. It was a nothing burger play. The defender was on the ground. Nobody had possession, actually. Owen Sound had possession, and he slashed the prone player, and with the referee almost in his back pocket there. So gives Hamilton an opportunity to get something going here because their offense has been non-existent here in the second period.
That's Bodie Gillis. It's Sparks. Back for Bodie Gillis. Over. Right down low, never in a shooting angle, and I don't think I actually caught it there. It was Adamek.
No, I mean, great idea, but just there wasn't much to execute there.
Good save there as Bennett was to retrieve. Gillis down low, nice move. Better save by Plater. That was off Adamek. Adamek picks up the loose ball, however. Christoph Adamek. It's Sparks. All the way around it will go.
Yeah, not a lot of foot movement here on the Hamilton power play.
Sparks fire, scores!
Oh, that's a bit of a tough one. Again, Miles Plater is typically gets set out the top of his crease and really hard to beat from there, but that ball just found a way through his wickets there and beat him 5-hole, which probably didn't have much more than the shape of a ball even to get through. Just a bounce shot that perhaps created just a little bit of a flinch. And again, an undisciplined penalty comes back to haunt Owen Sound this time. So they've traded in that category once or twice today.
You can say it's evened up, if you will, as Coverdale has that one covered up. Gonna be able to win it. No, he will not, as we'll go the other way. 6-5 now in favor of the Bengals. 8 gone through this second period. Passed across, never caught as Greiner Patak got in the way.
Yeah, well,
Greiner Patak's gonna turn her on. He is so quick. Greiner Patak now. Played back for Vole. Vole gets the screen there. Vole will take it way down. Vole down for McElmoyle, never caught it, deflected in the restricted area and picked up now by the Bengals.
Yeah, real nice play there. McElmoyle came in, set the hard pick, and then turned and went to the net, and they just weren't able to connect. Vole saw it all develop, laid in a nice pass, but McElmoyle just couldn't quite handle the pass.
Right around there, Sparks will fire. Good save there by Plater, tried to go to the same spot. As now Brown for Coverdale. Coverdale fires down for McKechnie. Colton McKechnie gets the screen from Colby Ray. Nice move, McKechnie in, scores! Colton McKechnie, 6-6.
And again, just a great individual effort here by Colton McKechnie, who's been pretty quiet here today so far, and you can't let him get underneath. He just has good speed going to the net, and when he extends, he's just too tough for the goaltenders to handle coming across the top of that crease.
And again, he's an 09. He's just 17. He's got lots of years to grow. 6th overall pick by, I believe, the Burlington Blaze.
Yep, I think he's played one game, and I have no doubt if the North Stars don't get an opportunity to go deep in the playoffs, he'll find himself in the Blaze lineup at some point.
Just like Wes Grant has, just like Sly Sundown has throughout this year, just like Noah Couples has, just like Nate Laycock has. A lot of Owen Sound connection here with that Burlington team. Is that shot off the post for Talon Brown? But away it's going to go for Hamilton, maybe. As Cranny goes to, or actually, that's Taylor Bennett going to stand up there as Ray will pick it up. Ray takes a whack. Ray twisting and turning, and we'll give it off there for Lahome Wickens. Lahome Wickens hits Vole. Ryan Vole over the top. Vole gives it off now for McKechnie. McKechnie down there for Vole. Vole trying to make his way towards. Back down, whoa, great shot there, but better save. As Down got shoved there as Sundown trying to big body somebody there, and now it'll go the other way. As Vole's got a hold of somebody, there's still some jawing there at the far end. And again, normally you don't see Sly Sundown get caught in extracurriculars, but you gotta like to see the big guy get an extra shove after he saw, I believe, that would be Zach I messed that up, pardon me. Yes, Zach McKechnie get knocked down. Halfway through this second frame, halfway through the contest, that shot misses the goaltender. They're gonna say it did not touch him, so it'll go the other way. Wait a second. No, it hit him, so they'll go the other way.
Yep. They did get the reset as the ball went out of bounds, so we'll maintain Hamilton possession. Now again, Hamilton's wanting to know why that isn't a delay of game when they got called for one earlier. But of course, it was the culprit asking the question. It was a little bit of a different situation, I think.
Fair point. Sparks trying to make his way down. Sparks never got the chance to fire. He got doubled there by two different orange shirts. That looked to be McVicker and Cranny getting there, sticking the lane there. He's not sure who's got possession right now. It's going to be Owen Sound now. Is racing up his Griner Patak. And now it hits, that looks to be McVicker. McVicker, right across, McKechnie! Great save there, Mateo Bowden. Ball still on the deck, and we'll go into the corner. McIntyre tries to get around Sundown. He will pass it forward, and away he'll go. Nice move there. He'll give it off. Passed across, stolen by Coverdale. He just picked the pocket there. 2-on-2 that way, make it 2-on-3, make it 2-on-4. Hamilton gets all the defenders back as Coverdale skies it for Jackson Ray, and we'll get the switches. Penalty's gonna get called here on Hamilton. Plater to the bench, 6-on-5 we go. Voel's got a hold of it. Voel hits Levine. Voel gonna take a chance to fire, puts it behind the net. Nice move! Just can get that one on target there with Sundown. And it's gonna be too many men going against Hamilton, the second too many men call going against the away side. Costly penalties here as 6-6 we are here in the second frame. We'll see if Owen Sound can capitalize on another inopportune penalty here by the Hamilton Bengals. As Lahome Wickens will start with it. Everest down for Ryan Voel. Lahome Wickens. McKechnie over the top, he'll go. Just misses Lahome Wickens. Voel will catch off the boards. Voel fakes it. Back for McKechnie. McKechnie over the top. McKechnie down right. Save there. Bowden picked up. Shot. Score!
No goal.
They're going to say they stepped in. It'll go the other way as Lahome Wickens got in the passing lane. McKechnie got one taken from him there.
Yeah, there was somebody in the crease when that ball crossed over the line. So it wasn't the shooter in this case, but nonetheless, it still counts as a crease.
Both teams have had one taken off the board for that, as Sparks had one lost earlier because of that exact reason. As it's 4-on-3 that way with the power play in favor of Owen Sound, as Lahome Wickens will stay in the far end as Voel trying to get it back, as Brown tries to get it back, and that ball is gifted away, and ooh, Brown got one low there, and he's not happy about it. And Brown got to be careful to not take up a minor here, as he got an extra slash and he didn't like it. Lahome Wickens. McKechnie, and there's some barking there at the benches between these two sides. Again, these two sides do not like each other. Voel shot that one just wayward there. McKechnie not able to catch it. Voel is the only one who sees it. He'll have a chance to pick it up. He's got 8 left to work here. Voel, nice move. Voel gonna have to fire over for McKechnie. McKechnie fires that one wayward and will go out of play, so it will stay in the Hamilton end.
This will give Hamilton, they successfully clear the ball here, pretty much an opportunity to chew up almost everything left here on the power play.
Down low they go, passed in front, just missed his intended target there, but looks like Ingram. Ball behind the net is trying to retrieve it there, and that will go through the area and go the other way. And now Owen Sound got Coverdale. Voel, back to 5-on-5 we go. Voel into the middle, Lahome Wickens couldn't catch it there in the phone booth. As trying to clean up the garbage there was McKechnie. Ball goes into the corner. Ball comes loose. McKechnie is trying to get it behind the net. As McKechnie gets picked up and thrown, helmet pops off. So he'll have to go straight off, as that will be tied up, and that will be the shot clock there as Levine trying to get out of the way as McKechnie got the extra shove. As the scoring has definitely subsided here with the short benches in this second frame. Both teams will be tightening up a little bit here on offense or on defense. That shot off the shoulder there of Plater. Ball bounces around right to the waiting arms of Nolan McVicker, and McVicker's going to go 2-on-2 that way. Break chance here for Owen Sound. Trying to get it off from McKechnie. McKechnie got it. McKechnie in. Scores! Colton McKechnie found a hole. 7-6. I don't think you could have found that one with a magnifying glass, Steve, but somehow, some way, Colton McKechnie finds one.
Owen Sound junior NorthStar goal, his second of the game and 14th for the season, scored by number 19, Colton McKechnie.
Just through the shoulder there between the post and him. What a shot there by Colton McKechnie. Tied up there by Coverdale. He wins it, but Owen Sound not going to be the first ones to it. Ball still on the deck. Ball still on the turf. Ball gets sky and never picked up. Griner Patak never picks it up. Ball still on the deck. Who's got it? It will be Hamilton. Into the restricted area it goes, and Coverdale picks it up. Coverdale bounces it wrong way for Cranny, so it'll go the other way. Hamilton now in. Chance to shoot. Good save there by Plater. Coverdale gets it again. Coverdale misses Bennett, and he will get cold cocked, and that will be a penalty. Not happy about it is Cranny. Cranny's going to grab a hold of him. Here we go. No, it's not. Cranny just dropped his stick, and they're going to send Cranny, and I feel bad for Taylor Bennett as sparing off a couple other shirts here.
Yeah, I guess they'll call this illegal body check. It was certainly a stout hit as you turn to come up the field or the floor.
Also could be a blindside, couldn't it?
Yeah, here we go. We're going to see. Yeah, he definitely didn't see it coming, but...
Bennett just trying to receive the ball here, and his numerical counterpart went and made sure, if you will. That's Owen Fess.
You certainly don't want to see anybody get hurt. I mean, he should have seen it coming, but nonetheless, it was a tremendous thundering check, and we'll see what...
As Sundown comes over to hear what the referee's explanation is, as Bennett's going to go up and off. And that's a third defender, Steve, they've lost tonight. Klages has not appeared that we've seen. Garvey got pulled out during the first period, and now Bennett's out during the second period. And he, again, as I've gushed throughout this year, has been Owen Sound's best defender. So you lose 3 of your top defender/transition players tonight. And it's a 5 going up against the Bengals.
Yeah.
That is maybe a costly penalty here with under 5 to go in the second frame, but no offense. You'd save 5-minute major, have Taylor Bennett. You'd want Taylor Bennett. Unequivocally, in my opinion, especially in a game like this.
Well, I mean, if they're successful on the 5-minute penalty here with 2 goals, it'll pretty much cost Hamilton the game. And again,
Home Wickens, or pardon me, that's Vole to McKechnie, back to Vole, back to McKechnie, play past the parcel there, Vole fires, scores! Ryan Vole with the hat-trick goal, makes it 8-6, not 13 seconds on the power play. Big one there for Owen Sound.
Owen Sound junior NorthStar power play goal, his fourth of the game and 17th of the season.
We'll mention Ryan Vole from the US of A. When I interviewed him earlier this year, he said his parents do watch the game from stateside. So hello, Vole family. Hopefully I don't annoy you too bad.
No,
as Vole's got a hold of it.
He's been a tremendous contributor to this team, and tonight he's been no doubt their best player and really came to play.
Very noticeable when he's not in the lineup, Steve, which maybe is your biggest compliment. You know when he's not playing because the offense just doesn't seem to click the same. Back now McKechnie. McKechnie fakes it. McKechnie fires. Good save there by Bowden. Sundown couldn't catch it. Ball got stuck in some feet and will hit Bowden now. Sundown gonna go chase. Such a big body there in the way. That ball thrown up the middle. Stolen there by Lahome Wickens. Everest will race up the floor.
Yeah, again, that's tough when you can't transition the ball, especially in the man down when you want to eat up that entire 30-second clock. So there's an advantage here to NorthStars.
Vole hits Lahome Wickens. Vole Back for Lahome Wickens, fires that one deflected, goes into Brock McElmoyle, ball goes in the middle, gets whacked back to Vole. Vole gets a hold of it. He gets forced wide enough where he's able to kind of give himself a chance to breathe. He fires that one, good save, Bowden, picked up, Scott, just didn't get that one on target. There was Lahome Wickens, what a shot, however. That ball bounced right through the middle again. It's gonna go, I think, right to Plater. No, it's not, great job. What a save by Plater, what an opportunity there for Nick Pospisil, but better save by Plater.
Again, I think they would have taken 30 off the clock rather than 8 for a desperation shot. So they have not been able to really chew much of this clock with their possession.
Vole, as McElmoyle gets thrown there. McKechnie. Vole hits Lahome Wickens, back for Vole. Lahome Wickens in, shot! Great save there by Bowden. As Colby Ray tied up there behind the play. Another one of the call-ups there from the West Grey Rampage. As a round will go, Marr. Marr being followed there by Dawson Marshall. Marr got 5 left to kill here on the shot clock. Marr all the way around. He'll look to fire now. Saved there by Plater, but Dawson Marshall will pick it up. He hits Talon Brown in stride.
Yeah, great individual effort there. He's got himself on his wrong side of the floor, but still got a real dangerous shot away, and Plater had to be sharp on that one.
As Vole. It's McKechnie, Vole, McKechnie, Vole, McKechnie, and they're gonna call that on Levine. Costly error there by Owen Sound. Ball bounced over the center line. Down will come Ingram. Hits Bodie Gillis. Back down for Ty Ingram, who's got 2 goals tonight. Ingram spinning. Back there for Marr. Colin Marr. Right around the net he'll go. He's got 5 left to work before the shot clock's gonna go. Marr trying to get away. Marr will, never able to fire, however, and now we'll go the other way. Cranny picks it up, and for Greiner Patak, who I'll talk to during the second intermission, and if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the 05, so I believe he's one of the few players graduating from this Junior B squad. Miles Plater, Sly Sundown, Marcus Greiner Patak, and I believe Lucas Mothercell are the 4 05s that are graduating this year from the Junior B NorthStars. After losing a ton of guys last year. That shot, whistle wide there by McKechnie, which honestly shows how young this NorthStars team is. Not a lot of offensive, not a lot of their offensive firepower is really leaving, other than, of course, Sundown. You keep McKechnie, you keep Hutchinson, you keep Lahome Wickens. Vole is eligible to come back. Timeout taken there by Hamilton, I believe, so that will be a chance here to get themselves rested up and something drawn up here with 36 seconds remaining. Do you think they pull the goalie here, Steve, to go 5-on-5?
With 36 seconds, that's a tough one. I mean, they could go 5-on-5 and try to create something, but they just haven't been able to create much 5-on-5 with the goalie in that. So I don't know if you want to risk it in a 2-goal game at this point when you've almost successfully killed the 5-minute major, other than the one they scored 12 seconds into it. So I'd say they'll go 4-on-5 and just have an idea maybe what they want to run. They might want to set up in a 4-corner situation. The ball on down low on the one side, see if you can't run a backdoor pick up top high and try to get 2 of them going to the net and make the safety have to slide over and open up some space for the low guy as well. So,
well, Bowden will go back to the net. They're going to double the ball here. Will Owen Sound. It starts, and here it goes. That looks to be Ty Ingram who gets held up there. It's Greiner Patak, and I believe that's Cranny. Right near the red line. Now it's tripled the ball there. As Cranny trying to get it away, so is Greiner Patak. Great job there by Greiner Patak to knock it loose. And now away. Whistle's going to go, and timeout taken by Owen Sound with 22 remaining. What a play there by Greiner Patak and Cranny. As also converging there, I believe, was Jackson Ray.
Yeah, I think Hamilton made a mistake by taking possession on the offensive side of center. They would have had the option to take it on their own side, and that would have limited the aggressiveness of Owen Sound's defensive core when they didn't just have to push him over the line. So, again, something they might want to think about in the future. just take a step back over that line and give yourself a little bit of breathing space before you cross it.
And you have 8 seconds to clear it, of course.
Yeah. So that was a waste of as it turned out, it was a waste of a timeout and accomplished nothing other than chewed up 13 seconds or so off the clock. So.
And shot clock will not be in effect here for the last possession of this second period, most likely. As Lahome Wickens will start with it with Vole, Sundown, McKechnie. And I believe, yeah, that will be Colby Ray.
So the way they have it set up now, I would look to see that McKechnie will swing up from his crease position, and they'll try to look there. We've got 4 lefties on the floor, so you're certainly going to want to utilize that extra body on that side of the floor. So.
All the way down for McKechnie. He'll try to curl up. He gets the elevator.
Yeah.
That shot there, McKechnie, good save. Ball comes loose. Never able to fire, though, is Colby Ray as he fires that one well down the floor. And that will be the period. 8-6 in favor of the Owen Sound North Stars. They scored 4 in the first. They scored 4 in the second, and now have a 2-goal lead with Hamilton only getting 1 in that period. A big second period swing in favor of the North Stars here.
Yeah, I think penalties have been the name of the game, the trouble spot for the Bengals, certainly in that second period. So they're going to want to clean that up if they have any hope of hanging around and getting back in this game.
Owen Sound will have 22 seconds remaining on the power play going into the third and potentially final frame. If they do score on the 22 seconds left off the face-off draw, the power play will come off the board, but the player will still be forced to serve whatever's left of the minor because it was a 5-minute major to Owen Hess on the big hit to Taylor Bennett. But Steve, I think a big key in this third period, no Logan Klegus, no Chase Garvey, and no Taylor Bennett. Those are 3 of the top defenders on this Owen Sound team, not in the third period. So if Hamilton's going to be able to have some offensive success, you'd think it has to come in this last period.
Yeah, you certainly want to be able to, grind out some good offensive opportunities, use the 30-second clock, wear the defenders down. If you're, only going to be running 8 out the back door instead of your typical 10, you're going to have some guys that are going to get gas. So you want to take advantage of guys that maybe need to conserve a little energy, get a little fatigue, maybe make some bad decisions because they're tired or just not able to compete to the level they have earlier. So it'll be interesting to see how Hamilton attacks this.
Well, not just that, Steve. I think another big key before I run down and talk to Marcus Greiner-Patak of the Owen Sound North Stars, it's also, guys being in positions they're not normally used to. We talked about that last night with the MSL team. When you have call-ups, you have guys, who maybe play a sparse role, but then you have a couple injuries or a couple of penalties, and all of a sudden they go from being the back-end guy to being on the top, and, it's a different role, it's a different expectation. So yep. I know a lot of these defenders are going to have to kind of bear down and know that, hey, Bennett's not going to be able to bail me out. Kleig's not going to be able to bail me out. Chase Garvey's not going to be able to transition that ball, so I may have to, fill in those shoes. And you've seen Greiner-Patak do a great job of that tonight, but he's got a whole other period to be able to do that.
Yep. You're right on there.
So we'll just have to see what this third period has in store. 8-6 Owen Sound over the Bengals. Next up will be my interview with the one of 4 graduating players from this Owen Sound North Stars team, and Marcus Greiner-Patak.
secure to the base shore. 8-6 in favor of the Owen Sound NorthStars over the visiting Hamilton Bengals, with the playoffs looming large for Owen Sound. Win and they are in, and currently they are in line for it. 22 seconds remain on the power play. On the 5-minute major to Owen Fest that ended the period. Spencer Byerson along with me. Steve McCarthy as always. And big period. Again, the periods only get bigger in a do-or-die game, Steve, and tonight, that's no different.
Yeah, this initial possession will be big. Owen Sound keeps it. They get to get on the power play. I thought they might have had all their personnel out there, but they're not probably going to get set here with much left, but they're going to have 12 seconds.
I don't think they're going to run anything, looks like, Steve. I think they're just going to let it go 5-on-5 just to make sure. As McElmoy is going to watch the center line here as Vole for McKechnie. 4-on-4 that way. McKechnie fires. Great save there by Bowden. It goes into the corner. Lahome Wickens can't get it. He'll take the extra shot for the trouble, and now away will come Hamilton.
Yeah, Hamilton's probably going to need to get an early one here if they want to really put any kind of pressure on and get back into this game.
Hamilton, that's Sparks trying to get through there. Sparks will fire right off of Bennett. Thank goodness Taylor Bennett is back. That's a big get there for Owen Sound. Is racing up the floor goes Talon Brown. Brown in. Great save there, Mateo Bowden. Ball died right there on the line. That's a big get back though, Steve, is Taylor Bennett.
Yeah.
Especially after the big shot he took there to end the period.
Yeah, he took one for the team, as they say. Yeah, they got a goal out of it, extend the lead to 2, and hopefully he's no worse for wear.
That ball passed right through Coverdale. Nice move in. Save there by Plater.
Yeah, I think Hamilton might have already surpassed their quota of 5-hole goals tonight on Plater, so they're probably going to need to look to go up and down the post rather than continue to look 5-hole, as usually that's one of these strong suits.
As who got finished there was a North Star right into the boards, as now away will come Hamilton, slow to get up, and away they'll go. That shot deflected there as never retrieved off the save by Plater. Ball kicked around and picked up now by Coverdale. Ed mentioned it there with Marcus Greiner-Patak, 4 players graduating from the Owen Sound NorthStars Junior B squad this year. In himself, Marcus, Captain Miles Plater, Sly Sundown, and then Lucas Mothercell, who's checked in for a couple of games this year, is also an 05. Given down there. Lahome Wickens hits, that could be Cranny. Cranny takes the shot, and he steps in with the ball. Technically. That ball bounced right through Colby Ray. Colby Ray will stop it up there near the line. It gets whacked over, and they're going to say over and back.
That was...
Talon Brown now in, alone again. Good save there by Bowden.
It was a tough call. I mean, that ball was knocked over by the Owen Sound player. Should have negated the back over, but nonetheless, they were very aggressive here in defending the transition.
Schertzling had possession there as now Bodie Gillis back for Schertzling. Ball gets forced away there and taken now. As that ball's forced up there by Greiner-Patak. As it hits Jackson Ray.
And
Ray.
Hamilton just hasn't figured out how to get inside here on the Owen Sound defense. And until they do, they're going to have a tough time trying to tie this game up from the perimeter.
McKechnie hits Vole. Got 10 left to work here. Vole, nice move. Vole, back up now for McKechnie. McKechnie, nice double clutch there. Fires that one wide and will be caught there. And McElmoy now able to fire before the shot clock goes. Pass across the top now. Marr, Bodie Gillis. Marr, not able to catch it, now does off the redirect. Passed in front, double clutched it, never able to fire, and now they're gonna say he stepped in.
Yeah, a lot of empty possessions here so far in this third period for Hamilton. So again, you know, they may look to get something going in transition.
Good stop there.
Ball comes out and Caden Levine will retrieve. Levine hits Sundown. All the way around. Vole. Got thrown down there was Levine. He'll take another extra shot and he'll go, and that will be the call, as Levine is not up yet. So it's only 4-on-5 right now as we wait for the sixth attacker, which makes it 5. Lahome Wickens, that's a save, hits Sundown. Levine's gonna go off as he caught one kind of high there in the clavicle into the neck area.
Yeah, just another undisciplined penalty. It didn't look as egregious as the player was making it out to be, but nonetheless, it was him that got hit, it was not me, so we'll take his benefit.
Good save there again by Bowden off of Lahome Wickens, as that will be the minor. It's gonna be cross-checking, so it'll be a 2 or less call going against Owen Hess. And I will mention that they have an Owen Hess and an Owen Fess.
And so far in this third, no offense. So.
Yeah, very true.
And now they're going to have to click another couple minutes off here, being down 5-4. So again, they have one shorty already tonight. They may look to grab another one here, but Owen Sound's been fairly potent on the power play. So this could almost put the game out of reach, although there's plenty of time left.
Right around it goes. Sundown. Back for McKechnie. McKechnie fires, score! Colton McKechnie. He gets his third of the night. Get a hat trick for him, and it's 9-6. Power play goal for Owen Sound. Owen Sound can almost taste that playoff berth, as London Blue Devils, Steve, are just at the mercy right now of this game tonight. They're watching, I can only imagine, with pretty good intent, knowing what this game means to their playoff season. Face-off one there as Coverdale got caught up, and that's going to be another call going against Hamilton. Another undisciplined one there by the Black Shirts. It's going to be a hold. That's a pretty obvious one, Steve.
Yeah, the wheels are kind of falling off here for Hamilton. They've kind of lost that playoff intensity and pretty much conceded the way to Owen Sound making the playoffs here and with their actions here. So anyways, we got 14:32 left. It's still only a 3-goal game, but the hill just gets a little steeper every time you take a penalty.
Sundown fires that one. Save there by the netminder, Mateo Bowden. Goes out of play, so it will be Owen Sound ball. As Trent Schertzling will take the minor. As nice job there. Sundown fires. Good save there by Bowden. Levine. It's McKechnie. Sundown. McKechnie. Lahome Wickens. McKechnie. Back for Everest. Lahome Wickens. Good save there by Bowden. Goes into the corner. Colby Ray. Not able to retrieve it. Goes right into Ray. Is now picked up there by McKechnie. Good ball retention here by the North Stars. Played around. Sundown. Lahome Wickens. Now hits Lahome Wickens, actually, pardon me now. Lahome Wickens fires that one, good save. Ball comes out, rebound, scores! Everest Lahome Wickens with the quick stick makes it 10-6.
Again, just the inability to box out. Nice save by Bowden on the initial one. Big kick save, the rebound out, and just no body position there for anybody to get to Lahome Wickens, who's able to deposit that in the gaping cage. And now with a 10-6 lead, as I said, the hill is getting a little steeper as Hamilton's going to have a tough go of it coming back in this game. But again, 13-31, you never know what can happen.
Coverdale not able to win that face-off as it's won there by Owen Hess. Hess will sky it, run onto it there by Hamilton, in! Good save there by Plater. Nick Pospisil there with the shot. Picked up now by Hess. Owen Hess all the way around. As it now hits the waiting arms there of Ty Ingram. That shot saved there by Plater. Sparks, pardon me. Sparks doesn't actually, I thought he did have it, yeah, he does. So he was tied up there with Brown, as now it hits. Another Bengal, that shot deflected before it ever gets on target. Cranny and McVicker mixing on that one. As they block Ingram's attempt. McVicker bounces near the line. Coverdale not able to retrieve it. They touched it, so it will not be an over and back as McVicker just tries to whack him off, and it will go into the corner. As Ingram loses it, and Coverdale will take it again. Clean transition there for Coverdale that time as he gives it off there for Sly Sundown. Sundown right near the line, and Coverdale got in the way. Chance now for Hamilton, never able to retrieve it. As McIntyre went right by it for a second. Give it off there to Adamek. Adamek there for looks to be Bodie Gillis. And now hits Marr. Up top now for Sparks. That shot saved there by Plater. Skied there, and it hits Dawson Marshall. McKechnie gets the red carpet. McKechnie off the bar. Stopped there at the red line by Sundown, but right into the waiting arms there of a Hamilton Bengal. In Pospisil, shot, that one goes wayward, and it will stay Hamilton ball. Yes, it will. As right around will go the Bengals here.
Yeah, they're going to want to try to take it to the net anytime
gifted away though, Steve, and it'll go right back there to Coverdale, most likely. Yes, sir.
Well, again, when your offense is almost totally based on a perimeter passing game, you're going to run into a lot more errant passes as they have to cross through the zone to get from point A to point B. And
both teams in the last couple minutes struggling to pass. That one fanned on there by Schertzling. Nice run here for McVicker. McVicker bounced it, tried to get it to Cranny, but the Hall looks at the stick and not happy with that pass. Again, both these teams really struggling to complete a pass.
Yeah, no real urgency here.
And Sparks tries to get away. He gets picked up there by Bennett. Bennett will finish the check for the trouble, and ooh, caught something there as Sparks is still down. That shot saved there by Plater. Shot clock will reset as Voles on the defensive end right now. Wonder if Voles gonna try to get off here. No, he's gonna stay. Nice move there. Sparks, good save as Bennett again finishes his check. And Sparks gonna bark at Bennett here. As now over will go Vole. Vole for McKechnie. They're still barking there. It's 4-on-4 this way. McKechnie. McElmoyle for Sundown. Sly. Sundown. Rolling, but dies before it gets there. There's not enough English on it, as you will.
No top spin, all back spin.
I'm waiting for launch angle and spin rate to get introduced into lacrosse like it did in baseball. Bodie Gillis passes that one across. That shot saved there by Plater. It comes hot out, but right into the waiting arms of Nolan McVicker. McVicker, up the floor he comes. McVicker right in. Skies it, but hits Colby Ray. Colby Ray. Nice move there. Colby Ray, nice move again. Back, all the way around it goes. Levine fires that one. Good save by Mateo Bowden. As now up the floor will come the Bengals. As Shepard gets pinned up there by look like Colby Ray that does get over. As Marr. Running out of sand here are the Hamilton Bengals in the hourglass. That pass across. Wide open there. That shot. Saved by Plater again. Marr with the shoot. Marr was the shooter. Is now picked up by Greiner Patak. Greiner Patak hits. Looks to Jackson Ray. Ray back for Greiner Patak. He's actually stuck out there. All the offensive options are out there, so he'll go off. Cranny gets it down low for Lahome Wickens. Has doubled up there on the boards as Lahome Wickens gets away, hits Sundown. Sundown gonna take the screen. He fires that one wayward, picked up by Ray. Ray in! Not able to get that one on target. Ball bouncing, and now picked up by Hamilton. And Lahome Wickens caught one high. Gonna be a penalty going against Owen Sound, however, for obviously what happened before then. Maybe a call on Lahome Wickens, I'm not exactly sure. 6-on-5 we go for Hamilton with about 7:30 left in the contest. Sparks fakes it, Sparks scores! Finally getting a goal there, or second goal of the game there for Dustin Sparks.
Yeah, nice shot, a little skip shot that kind of found it as Plater went down to play. It just skipped over his shin guard, but nice shot. You know, again, 7:30 to go here. They're only down 3, but again, they haven't really produced much since the first period when they had 5 on the board. So if my math is right, their ratio is going to be a tough go here, but nonetheless, that's why we play 60 minutes, not 53 and a half or 52 and a half. So we'll see if that gives Hamilton any kind of boost here, as again, they've gotten a little bit of, see if they've gotten a little bit of life out of that goal.
Well, I'm going to say this right now. I just heard Fred pronounce Christoph's last name. He went Adamadiak. I'm just going to go with Adamek because that sounds easier to me. So if I'm wrong, I apologize in advance. As racing up the floor goes O'Burrell. As he's caught up there with, left to be Coverdale. Right across the floor it goes. Ingram's looking to fire there. He switches hands and a good shot there. As Vole fires it before he stepped in, a chance now to run for Griner Patak. Marcus Griner Patak into the offensive zone. Waits, and hits McKechnie. McKechnie will turn it on. Try to get away, and McKechnie does. McKechnie. Looking at Sundown, will sky it back there for Levine off the bench. Hits McElmoyle. 5 seconds left to shoot. McElmoyle gonna have to fire. McElmoyle does! Good save there by Mateo Bowden.
Yeah, he's been the busier of the 3 netminders that have showed up in this game on the game sheet tonight, but he's a solid contributor. 10 goals against certainly isn't anything to complain about with the number of saves he's had to make to keep this game even close. Not just that, also the amount of shots he's faced and the power plays they've given up tonight. As trying to get away there is Sparks. Behind the net it goes. Got 2 left to shoot. Not going to be able to, and that will be the shot clock. And still caught up there to players. Now we'll go the other way. Quickly up the floor. McVicker in transition. Over the net it goes. You gotta feel bad for poor Zach Schneider, the backup netminder for Hamilton. He's the only netminder not to enter just yet. As both Flooney and Plater have appeared here tonight for Owen Sound. Has some jousting there, and they're going to call that on Vole. And Vole just picked up a minor. And Vole going to take an extra one, I think, their first slash, too. Yeah, again, in a 10-7 game with 5.5 to go, you know, Ryan has been an outstanding contributor to the offensive end, and he's brought a lot of passion to the game tonight. But, again, those are just undisciplined calls. And he is fortunate. Looks like he's only going to get 2.
For the cross check. And
I'm not certain why they blew the whistle. If what possession was in Hamilton's situation, typically that would signify a second penalty, but nonetheless, we'll play on here.
Nice pass across. That save there by Plater. Ball gets stuck in the hands there of McVicker as that looked to be Sparks again getting tied up with Taylor Bennett. They've been well acquainted here tonight. As they're gonna go 4-on-3 for the second, but looks like we'll go 5-on-4 in that end. Nice move here. Griner Patak! Great save there as Lahome Wickens got buried. Picked up now by McVicker. McVicker trying to get away. He's gonna get doubled in the corner. McVicker gets held up. He still got a hold of it though. Doubled up, ball does finally come loose, and away will now go Hamilton. What an opportunity though for Marcus Greiner-Patak. During the last home game of what may be his junior B career. Again, playoffs right now in favor of Owen Sound, but you never like to be sure. Passed across there, looking to fire, never gets it off as it will be blocked and then deflected back at Plater. Off for Cranny. Cranny hits Lahome Wickens. Wide open, Lahome Wickens! Great save there by Mateo Bowden. And they're gonna say, but Everest touched it as he went through the restricted area without, and he can't be the first one to touch it after being inside the restricted area.
And Hamilton might want to put the foot on the gas here and see if they can't get within 2 here with a few seconds left here on the power play.
Ty Ingram, that shot there, low but saved by Plater off Adamek. Ball right through Jackson Ray. Ball comes loose again as Callum Brown tries to get a hold of it. He's not able to just yet. Kicked up and gets over. As Jackson Ray there and Callum Brown were converging.
Owen Sound, we got a favorable call there from the referees as the shot clock had already reached 20 when they signaled the ball across the line. But nonetheless, Hamilton stayed with it and was able to.
Right in front, stepped. Oh, I thought he stepped in. He scores. Makes it 10-8. As that's the first one there for Christoph Adamek.
Yeah, the pressure on the transition that forced the ball out of the stick and dribble over the line is, again, came back to haunt them. And they're still in this game with 3:13. And I don't think there was any doubt that he had walked through the crease before that ball went in the net. But had it been a 10-10 goal, it might have went the other way.
Picked up Greiner-Patak, and Greiner-Patak will turn on the Jets. Coverdale off the face-off draw will give it back. As all the way down it goes there for McKechnie, the other McKechnie. As McKechnie trying to shoot through there, some bodies, he'll get converged on. Stick got thrown there. Good shot, better save there by Bowden. Stick got crunched there. Saw a lot of those last night during the MSL game. Has now played forward here. Alex Long, gotta wonder when Mateo Bowden will go, and now he will. 6-on-5 we go here with 2:30 left in the third period. Up top now. Just missed the intended target there, picked up by Sparks. Sparks looking to fire, and that shot clock violation against Hamilton. Rough there for the Bengals.
Yeah, you can't afford that when you've got a 6-on-5 situation. You got to understand what you want to execute and go to work to do so.
It's McKechnie. McKechnie. It's Vole. Ooh, and some jousting here at the red line as that moved in. Lahome Wickens gets buried. Who got possession? Now thrown on there by Sly Sundown. Levine gets say he stepped in and it'll go the other way. And Bowden will go the other way here. That's just getting over there with Shepard. Shepard out for Bodie Gillis. Minute and a half remains here. As Greiner-Patak gets the assignment of Sparks, who will just hang out. So 5-on-4 that way. Sparks is happy to stay out. Nice fake there, right around the top. Fire, fire. That one blocked, I believe. No, because they hit Plater. Good save there by Miles Plater. Ball hits the deck, gets skied there as Cranny goes to converge. Never able to get there, and now it will go that hay for Hamilton. Minute left or so. Sparks are now trying to get re-engaged here. Played up, Gillis. Shot there, saved by Plater. Comes out, Cranny skies it. Ray can't get a hold of it, neither can Cranny. Ball on the deck still. Cranny trying to box out here. Ball still on the deck, who's got it? Bennett tries to clear the garbage. And now Bennett will clear the garbage as Bennett gets jousted with there. Ball still on the deck. Roger even has possession right now, Bowden will race. 38 seconds remain here. And a timeout taken there by Hamilton.
"33 seconds remain in this third and what looks like final period, because Hamilton's got to get 2 goals in 33 seconds. Not impossible, but highly improbable.
Yeah, like you said, they haven't really demonstrated that they have the ability to get inside or run a play that will allow them to get inside. And we'll see if during this timeout they can draw something up that they can execute and make this game a little closer and a little more interesting.
Will start with it. They should get a fresh shot clock off timeout, I believe. Starts there with Colin Marr. No, they won't get a fresh shot clock. Although they will now. Marr. Right across the top. Pass across. Marr fires that one off a foot there, and that hits Ray. Comes out for Cranny. Cranny's gonna go. Wide open cage. Cranny scores! And Bennett taunting Sparks there as Cranny gets the empty netter. 11-8 in favor of Owen Sound. And with that goal, Steve, I think I can confidently say Owen Sound has made the postseason.
Yeah, they have. They're well-deserved. They came out on a mission today, started hot, let Hamilton take the game over for a little bit of time, but regained their composure and took it away in the second and buried them here in the third with, a late goal here in the empty net. I don't care how many tricks you got up your sleeve, you're not getting 3 goals in 15 seconds. So.
Whistle goes here. Picked up now by Owen Sound. They get it over the line, and that will be the contest here as Sundown just fires it into the corner. And it will stay in the yard. And that will be the game. And the Owen Sound NorthStars have clinched the 8th spot in the conference and will be playoff bound after today. What a big win here for Owen Sound, Steve, to clinch their playoff spot. And now they have the gift of playing the Six Nations Rebels in the first round. A team they played close for 40 minutes yesterday. The third period got away from them. Six Nations only lost 1 contest this year to an Orangeville team that Owen Sound did beat earlier this season, I believe.
Yeah.
So it should be, even with obviously the win differential and the 1 versus 8 matchup, we've seen enough, I think, from this Owen Sound team to think that it won't be a pushover for the Rebels.
No, I mean, they played them real tough earlier in the season. I think the Rebels only beat them by a goal in the first match of the game, and yesterday was a 3-3 game, a 3-1 game at one point for Owen Sound, and it was just a third period explosion really that blew the game open for the Six Nations Rebels yesterday.
That it was, and again, 5 goals conceded in the first 20. After that, the next 40, they only allowed 3. So, again, much as you want to say Hamilton, the Bengals' offense went a little stagnant, I think you can then say the Owen Sound defense got a lot better. And without Logan Klagas and losing Chase Garvey and then losing for a little bit Taylor Bennett, I think they did a spectacular job shorthanded.
Yeah, they did. Again, they really had Hamilton off balance all night on the offense. Again, they had some well-placed shots to beat Plater early in the game, and Flutie for the one he allowed. But yeah, if you're going to live and die by the perimeter game, some nights it's going to be tough sledding, and tonight was one for them.
McKechnie, I believe, finishes with 6 points on the night, 3 goals, 3 assists. Vol had 4, Sundown had 4. Again, if you think Owen Sound's going to have a good chance in that first round against Six Nations, you got to think those are 3 guys right there that have to have very good performances against the top-ranked Six Nations Rebels.
Yeah, they're going to need to bring their A game, no doubt, and they're going to have to steal some goals in transition. They're going to have to defend well in transition and really frustrate the Rebels, because they are an extremely skilled club, and yeah, they'll be in the games, no doubt. So how they figure out how to overtake a powerhouse like that is up to the coaching staff and the players' ability to execute.
Well, not just that, those two teams between Six Nations and Owen Sound have about 800 minutes in penalties, so I can only imagine they're going to be pretty feisty affairs, just like tonight was for Owen Sound and Hamilton, but you'll have to just see between Six Nations and Owen Sound. That will be, I don't know if they'll get a home game. I think they got to win a couple to get one.
I think it goes back
1-1.
and forth. The Rebels typically play Friday night, so I wouldn't doubt it'd be a Friday-Saturday affair, but I guess we'll find out.
I guess we'll find out when the playoff schedule is released, but for tonight, for the end of the regular season, for Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, Pat Quigley, who makes the drive, thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you for what happens during the postseason here on Rogers TV.
The same kick 10,000 times.
Place all extra patrols that we have on duty, Captain. Keep these groups from gathering at any location in the city.
All right, everybody, how are you doing tonight? They say you shouldn't be afraid of the person that practices 10,000 different kicks. You should be afraid of the person that does the same kick 10,000 times. 10,000 times. 10,000 times. It's the same kick 10,000 times. That's my plan of attack.
Art Battle is live competitive painting done in front of a studio audience.
And you have a little bit of fear and a little adrenaline, and it's everything a painter needs to get in there and attack.
Every time I got up there, about 5 minutes before, I kind of wanted to throw up. Just the adrenaline rush of it all.
As far as Secret Weapon, I think it's just relax, chill out, have fun, and drink some wine.
You got to go out there, you got to lay it on the line. Every artist is out there to win, and your kung fu's got to be pretty strong.
Here we go for 10, 9,
8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2, 1, let's paint!
We have the artist showcased on a stage in the center of the room. So people can move around freely and everybody gets to see a little bit of the artist's process.
You're dancing with the music, you're painting on the canvas, and you're feeling the people around you.
Yeah, it's a battle. I'm about to go to war.
at the regional finals
On Tuesday, June 9, around 12:30 p.m., members of the James Bay, Ontario Provincial Police were attempted to stop a vehicle as part of an active investigation. During that attempt, the vehicle struck an officer. Provincial Constable Turin Bally was seriously injured and later pronounced deceased. Constable Bally had served with the Dufferin Detachment for 2.5 years. His death is a significant loss for both the detachment and the community he served. Further details relating to the funeral arrangements will be released as they become available. In Dufferin, I'm Josh Kotfa for Rogers TV.
Los Caballeros have taken over parts of Simcoe County, and the residents of New Tecumseh are excited about it. Panama's Men's World Cup team has set up their base camp to train at the Nonopasaga Resort in Elliston. And this week, they open up one of their training sessions to the public.
A very exciting day. We have the Panama team from FIFA. They're practicing. We were so fortunate to be able to secure tickets to give out to our residents. Over 200 tickets we gave out. And we're going to actually get to see the people that are professionals.
I think it's really cool that they chose New Tecumseh and Nonopasaga to be their base camp.
Young players, coaches, and fans of the game eagerly watched the team run through drills. And some maybe took away a few tips.
Well, for my soccer team, I actually play goalie, and watching the goalie block the balls, it's actually teaching me a lot of how to block the balls and get down and block them and get them out of the net.
Fans of the Panama team are known as La Mareja Rojas, the Red Wave. After today's session, that wave has gotten a little bigger.
Vámonos, Panama!
Vámonos, Panama.
Vamos, Panama!
Panama plays its first game against Ghana in Toronto on June 17th. In Elliston, I'm Ron Clark for Rogers TV.
As food prices continue to rise and the cost of living continues to climb, local families are feeling the pressure. And here at the Georgina Community Food Pantry, they're preparing for more demand this summer as school meal programs are now coming to an end.
The pantry has just launched our Summer Hunger Doesn't Take a Vacation campaign. The goal of the campaign is to help stock our shelves so that we are able to meet the needs of families with children this summer.
This year, the campaign is centered around the Pantry's Breakfast Club initiative, aimed at providing extra breakfast and snack items for children once school meal programs pause for the summer.
Our focus this year is the Breakfast Club. That means that we are looking to augment the breakfast and snack items that we have available for the families that come in over the summer months. We are constantly preparing for an increase in need. Honestly, we have seen, a 20% increase in clients from last year.
The Georgina Community Food Pantry says school breakfast programs often help ease pressure at home, but when classes end, many families are left stretching already tight grocery budgets as food prices continue to climb.
We don't want our kids going hungry in the summertime. Services provided through the winter, through the school year, and now we need to nourish the children during the summer.
Volunteers say they continue seeing more families turning to the pantry. With the rising costs and prices, it's making it harder for some households to afford even the essentials.
They can't afford the staples on a weekly basis.
Perishable items are the highest demand items for all our clients. They want fresh fruits, they want fresh vegetables, they want milk and eggs and yogurt. It's just so expensive now, and it's expensive for us to purchase as well.
The pantry is accepting both monetary and food donations through the campaign, with breakfast foods and fresh items, as well as protein being the biggest needs this summer. In Sutton, I'm Jeremiah Breton for Rogers TV.
From your street to your region, sharing the local stories that matter most. This is Rogers TV Community News.
The City of Barrie is asking residents to help shape the future of Manette Point Park. As part of the city's waterfront strategic plan, 2 preliminary redevelopment concepts have been unveiled, with goals that include improving access to the water, enhancing natural features, and strengthening connection to the surrounding neighborhood. Residents can review the concepts and complete an online survey until June 28th. The city is also hosting 2 public information sessions at Manette Point Park on June 17th and 18th. Feedback gathered through the process will help guide the park's future design and redevelopment. In Barrie, I'm Aaron Pullen for Rogers TV.
You would typically find the ticks on the vegetation alongside of trails. This is where they hang out, waiting for a passing host to walk by.
Tick activity is increasing across the region, and public health officials say many people don't realize the risk. That's why York Region Public Health has launched this Fight the Bite campaign, focused on awareness, prevention, and helping residents know what to do if they find a tick.
Every natural area in York Region has black-legged ticks. So we want to raise awareness that whenever you're in the natural area, you need to protect yourself. When you're heading outdoors, wear the proper clothing, wear pants tucked into your socks, light-colored in nature so you can see ticks on you. Wear an insect repellent containing DEET or a keratin. Do a tick check when you get home. People have no idea how small they actually are. Nymphs, which are the adolescent stage of the black-legged tick, are really active right now. They're the size of a poppy seed.
The Fight the Bite campaign runs during peak tick seasons, as public health officials see black-legged tick populations increasing across the region, including Georgina.
So you've done a tick check and you found a tick on yourself. It's removing it as quickly as possible. Don't cover it with anything. Don't try to burn it off. Remove it with tweezers or a tick remover, a piece of equipment. And you basically try to pull it out, getting the whole body. Wash the area with warm soap and water. If the tick's attached more than 24 hours, that's when you need to take a look at either seeing a pharmacist, if it's within 3 days of removing that tick, for a dose of antibiotics.
York Region Public Health says the goal of the Fight the Bite campaign isn't to keep people indoors, but to make sure they're protected every time they head outside. For more information, visit york.ca/Lyme disease. In Georgina, I'm Jeremiah Breton for Rogers TV.
Midland is getting ready to come alive with the sound of drums as the Georgian Bay Native Friendship Center prepares to host its 23rd annual powwow.
So a powwow traditionally is like a celebration in Indigenous culture where people have gotten together in order to celebrate historically. A lot of the times we end up doing it through celebration of drumming, singing, and dancing. It's a huge cultural kind of coordinated event that we have.
Beyond the performances, the powwow offers a chance to explore local vendors featuring homemade crafts, artwork, and traditional items.
We have a lot of vendors and things like that for purchase, a lot of Indigenous vendors and crafting and stuff, so if anyone's looking for anything along those lines, it's a great way to be able to help support local as well. Definitely open to everybody. We kind of introduce our powwow as like a good intro powwow to people if they've never been to one before. It's a little bit more aimed toward the general public. Just in the sense of how it's kind of set up and how we display it, and kind of the format of kind of how it operates throughout the day.
The Midland Powwow is on June 19th and 20th, starting at 10 a.m. and going until 8 p.m. Check out the gbnfc.com/traditional powwow for more information. In Midland, I'm Josh Kotfa for Rogers TV.
Local faces, local stories. Rogers TV Community News keeps you connected to local matters.
Collingwood is reporting strong capacity in its water and wastewater systems, with enough servicing available today to support hundreds of additional homes and jobs. A recent update to council says there are currently no major development applications waiting for servicing approval, although staff expect a new round of proposals later this summer or early fall. The town also says improvements are already underway. An interim upgrade to the drinking water system is in progress and is expected to be completed by summer 2026, adding even more capacity for future growth. Officials say the combination of current capacity and ongoing upgrades puts Collingwood in a strong position to manage continued development in the years ahead. In Collingwood, I'm Aaron Pullen for Rogers TV.
Although the investigation into the discovery of human remains is ongoing, Bursey Park has now been reopened to the public. Police have been canvassing the neighborhood, processing the scene, and on Tuesday, the emergency services unit was searching the creek bed and the thick brush on both sides of the park. A post-mortem was conducted on Monday in Toronto, but there will be no additional information released until the deceased has been identified and the notification of the next of kin has been completed. In Barrie, I'm Ron Clark for Rogers TV.
The town of Caledon is celebrating a financial milestone, reporting a budget surplus of $5.5 million for 2025. In total, the town has now recorded nearly $13 million in surpluses over the past 3 years, a sign of what officials call strong financial stewardship and disciplined management. Mayor Annette Groves praised the organization's efforts, saying, quote, "This result is a reflection of strong organizational leadership and in the dedication of staff across the organization. Careful planning, sound financial practices, and a continued focus on accountability have positioned the town well, ensuring we continue to meet the needs of our growing community," end quote. The town says the surplus was largely driven by higher than expected revenues, including additional tax income, along with stronger returns and from fines and penalties. Chief Administrative Officer Nathan Hyde echoed that message, saying, quote, "Achieving a surplus for the third consecutive year is a significant accomplishment for the organization and a direct reflection of the discipline, professionalism, and commitment of staff across the town." Officials say annual surpluses are key to long-term financial stability, helping Caledon prepare for the infrastructure demands and future community needs. A full report on Caledon's 2025 financial results are expected to be presented to Council and made available to the public on the town's website in the coming weeks. In Caledon, I'm Pat Quigley for Rogers TV.
You're watching Rogers TV Community News, your source for local and regional coverage.
Veterans and members of the military gathered at the Barrie Legion to commemorate the 82nd anniversary of D-Day.
Thank you all for joining us today in this remembrance of those who served our country so many years ago to give us the freedom we have today.
Well, today, D-Day, the 6th of June, 82nd anniversary of the invasion of Normandy. And that's why we're here to commemorate and remember the fallen. And it was a very important day in our history. That was the beginning of the end of the Nazi regime.
On June 6, 1944, 14,000 Canadians landed on the 8-kilometer stretch of Juno Beach, supported by 100 ships and 10,000 sailors from the Royal Canadian Navy and 15 Canadian fighter bomber squadrons of the RCAF.
Today, we assemble here together to mark the 82nd anniversary of D-Day, an event that did not just change the course of the war, it altered the very trajectory of the free world.
You know, being here not only pays respect to those who currently serve, but also those who served and their families as well.
In Flanders fields, the poppies grow low. Between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks still bravely singing fly.
We need our next generations to remember what happened in the past so it doesn't repeat itself.
In Barrie, I'm Ron Clark for Rogers TV.
The Government of Ontario will be investing $55,000 through the 2026 Experience Ontario program.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
But on a warm June day with sunny skies, the Ontario funding is not targeting summer tourism.
The funding is for, believe it or not, the holiday market, something that helps a lot of families in our community. I know I, as a mom of two, come for the lighting of the tree, the Christmas market, the skating. There's something for everyone, and the best part is it also helps support our local businesses.
I really like the idea of leaning into our shoulder seasons and our winter months. People see these as strengths throughout the world. If you think about your Eastern European Christmas markets, they're big business.
The funding is part of a $20 million investment to help municipalities and event organizers deliver programming for residents of Ontario.
I think there's a huge pride right now amongst Ontarians to support one another, to support local. And part of supporting local isn't just about buying local, but experiencing local. And that's what the Experience Ontario funding does. It encourages people to discover their own backyards.
Tourism brings in $133 million annually to the provincial economy. And festivals and events in smaller and rural communities bring money to local municipalities.
The holiday market is already impressive and much loved. It brings a special energy to our community during the season, and we're excited to see how it continues to grow and evolve with this investment.
In Innisfil, I'm Ron Clark for Rogers TV.
The Care for All Population Health Assessment examined healthcare access across Georgina, identifying challenges including uneven access to care, shortages in primary care, and growing demand for mental health supports and senior services.
Some of the things that the report found would be, for instance, that we need more attachment to primary care providers, which is, of course, it's a priority for the Ontario government and across the province. So that's something that we understood before. There is inequitable access to service across the population. Access to mental health services has a lot to be desired.
The report points to growing and aging population, with some residents traveling outside Georgina for health care and relying on emergency departments for services that could potentially be delivered closer to home.
So the next steps are to start to action what we saw in this report. The report provides an evidence-based pathway to designing care programs here in Georgina. And so we're going to be working on improving primary care attachment and access. We're going to be working on service delivery, so setting up mental health services, chronic disease programs.
The assessment is also expected to guide future healthcare planning, helping determine what services may eventually be included in a proposed advanced care center.
This report provides the data that we need to be able to know what programs do we need. Do we need a diabetes health clinic? Do we need a program about caring for seniors, for an elderly person in your home? Do we need programs about mental health and supports for individuals and for families?
Partners say the report is meant to be more than just a study sitting on the shelf, with planning already underway to expand local healthcare options as Georgina continues to grow. In Georgina, I'm Jeremiah Breton for Rogers TV.
From your street to your region, sharing the local stories that matter most. This is Rogers TV Community News.
National Indigenous History Month is underway in Barrie. Outside City Hall, community members, leaders, and residents gathered to raise the Indigenous people's flag, marking the start of a month dedicated to recognizing Indigenous cultures, histories, and contributions.
I think it's really important for the city of Barrie. We want to constantly recognize what our heritage is and also the heritage of this community before the city of Barrie was itself. This is obviously the shores of Lake Simcoe, Kempfelt Bay were very key, 9 Mile Portage, and the communities of people that lived around this lake prior is, it's incredibly important.
Inside City Hall, community organizations set up information booths to connect residents with Indigenous programs, services, and cultural resources. But beyond awareness, organizers say the month is about fostering understanding. I asked what they hope people take away from these events.
I think bringing cultural identity to the forefront really opens the eyes of every Canadian. Learning what different cultures reside in this community. We have Haudenosaunee, we have Anishinaabe, we have Métis people, we have people from all over. So just learning that we're not all one type of person, that we have different nations is something I think all of us would really appreciate from everyone.
In Barrie, I'm Aaron Pullen for Rogers TV.
Governments don't build homes. However, we do create the conditions to get housing built faster and built affordably.
The federal and provincial governments have announced a new development charge reduction program.
Municipalities that cut DCs by a minimum of 30% will be eligible for funding for shovel-ready infrastructure projects. It's application-based with a required municipal investment of as low as 10%.
I think municipalities for a long time have been asking the federal and provincial governments to come to the table on development charges. Now, the development charge is something that gets charged to new units that are being built in the city. So the costs associated with those new units, roads, sewer, water, those types of things, aren't borne by the rest of the city taxpayers who are already paying taxes and already have their units built.
With rising material costs, supply chain issues, and inflation, development charges have become a significant part of the cost of a new home.
The development charges will be reduced by up to 50% for 3 years, targeting Ontario's largest and fastest growing cities.
The federal and provincial government have created an $8.8 billion fund, which will be available to Ontario municipalities over 10 years to support infrastructure projects.
Our government is making this critical funding available to municipalities, particularly those who reduce development charges by 30 to 50% or more.
What we see through this program by the federal and provincial government is that they're coming to the table to bring down the overall cost by about 50% for those new units in terms of the development charge. And the city needs to bear about 10% of the projects that are being cut.
With the funding announced this week, municipalities have until June 19th to apply for the first round of infrastructure funding. In Barrie, I'm Ron Clark for Rogers TV.
The City of Owen Sound is launching a new online property tax calculator designed to help make things simpler for residents. City officials say the tool is all about transparency and ease of use, giving people a clearer picture of what they pay and why, without needing to search through detailed documents or contact City Hall. Residents can enter their property value and instantly receive an estimate along with a breakdown of where their municipal tax dollars go. The goal is to support everyday budgeting and help people better understand the services their taxes fund across the city. In a quote from the City of Owen Sound, they say, "There wasn't a single issue, but we did recognize a gap in how easy it was for residents to access and understand property tax information. While the details have always been available, they're not always easy to apply to an individual property or situation. By bringing all the pieces into one tool, the city hopes residents will feel more confident planning ahead and making financial decisions." In a quote from the City of Owen Sound, "Ultimately, it supports a more transparent and informed community, building a prosperous and financially resilient city over the long term." The new property tax calculator is now available on the City of Owen Sound's website. In Owen Sound, for Rogers TV, I'm Pat Quigley.
From your street to your region, sharing the local stories that matter most. This is Rogers TV Community News.
Happy Pride, Georgina, to begin with. And thank you.
Pride Month is officially underway in Georgina as community members gather at the Civic Center for the annual Pride flag raising, a symbol organizers say represents safety, visibility, and inclusion.
It allows us to feel like we are part of our own community and that where the flag is flying, it's a safe place for us to be. It provides an opportunity for everyone to feel like they have a seat at the table, that they are listened to and they are heard. It's a matter of feeling safe.
We're one community, and this is our way of celebrating and supporting the Georgina Pride.
Organizers say visibility is especially important in smaller communities where opportunities for 2S LGBTQ+ residents to connect may be more limited.
For those individuals, especially our children and youth who are just beginning their journey, this is an opportunity for them to come out on their own or with their families and finally be their true, authentic self.
People are the same but different, and I think it's important that our residents understand that don't be afraid of things you don't understand. Learn about it.
The flag raising also serves as the kickoff to Pride events happening throughout the month in Georgina and across York Region.
So it really is the LGBTQ community coming together within York Region A lot happens on June the 6th, then there's another Pride event the next Saturday, and then there's another Pride event the Saturday after that.
Georgina Pride celebrations continue throughout the month. The flag raising today is just the beginning, and a continued effort to build visibility, inclusion, and support in the community. In Georgina, I'm Jeremiah Breton for Rogers TV.
A colorful display in Innisfil is marking National Deafblind Awareness Month. The community yarn bombing installation celebrates inclusion, connection, and awareness for people who are deafblind.
I think we've seen over the last 5 years that we've been doing yarn bombing is just the community coming together, in the spirit of learning more about deafblindness, understanding what it's all about, meeting the people that we support, and just finding a way for us to come together.
The installation was created by members of the community, people who are deafblind, and staff from Deafblind Ontario Services. Organizers say it's more than public art. It's a visible reminder of the importance of connection and belonging. For Mayor Lynn Dolan, that message resonates across the entire community.
Yeah, so this is a constant, something that's constantly on our minds. How can we make Innisfil a more inclusive community? How can we make sure that everybody feels welcome, that everybody gets the support they need? And the Innisfil Idea Lab and Library is very good at providing that, and we want to do everything we can as a community through bringing awareness, such as the yarn bombing, for the deafblind community.
Organizers say progress has been made in building a more inclusive community, but challenges remain. They hope events like this help keep that conversation moving forward.
We all have work to do with accessibility and making sure that spaces are accessible for everyone. That's something that we continue to support and strive for and work on.
In Innisfil, I'm Aaron Pullen for Rogers TV.
Statistics Canada has begun following up with households who have not completed their census. Enumerators will begin going door to door, while some Canadians will receive phone calls to get full participation in the survey, says Assistant Chief Statistician Jeff Bowlby.
It isn't much of a census if people don't respond to it. So our target is to get at least 98% response. That's what we got back in 2021. We're hoping for the same. We're on target for that.
The census data is used to update boundaries for elections, calculate per capita health and social transfers from the federal government, and has local impacts.
Big decisions are made about the placement of bus routes, the placement of hospitals, schools, fire stations, police stations. You need those services in places where people live. The best way to determine where people are living at the moment is with the data from the census. It is a nonpartisan. That is one thing that we take great pride in at StatCan, is being completely objective. Our job is to provide data for whomever is using it. This is your chance to have a say in improvements in your community. Responding to the census improves the decisions that are made by your local leaders, by your provincial leaders, your federal leaders, and presumably provides you with better services from the government.
Results of the census will be released in early 2027. In London, I'm